The Electric Company's public information program brings you your Better Living Radio Theater in its salute to the American home, its family, and its way of life in this bright American future. The tubes in your radio, the power behind this station which brings you this program, the nightlight at your child's bedside, the giant motors that drive the machines to mold our steel and power your production lines, the current that pops your family toaster, foods, aircraft, railroads, automobiles, and ships. Electricity always at hand, day or night, with its economy for lower cost to you, with rising efficiency through its own research, with its growth to match the nation's needs at all times. Electricity is at work to bring you better living. This is your narrator, Wendell Niles. And now we bring you A Half Hour to Death, a dramatic story of a nationwide search by telephone for the antidote to a household poison. This is the sixth in a series of broadcasts at this time to show you how Americans in a free nation have worked to bring you better living today. In fact, the highest standard of living in the world. Later you will hear from today's guest, Mr. E.M. Blakesley, President of the United States Independent Telephone Association. And now, your Better Living Radio Theater presents today's story, A Half Hour to Death.
Operator, this is an emergency. I'm trying to find Dr. Ralph Collins, but no one answers at his home or his office. Can you find him? It's my little girl.
How many times a day do telephone conversations start like this throughout the United States? From farm, home, and city apartment alike. Of course, there are times when parents, being what they are, the trouble is not as severe as they first imagined. But in our story today, a child's life does hang in the balance. And we present it to show you in how many different ways the telephone services are available. Today, the telephone reaches almost every corner of America. It carries the news of the Ladies' Aid meeting, and the exchange of ideas between leaders in business and in government. It has become so much a part of the home that children use it as freely as adults, never stopping to think of the way in which it works, of the never-ending source of electricity behind it. Electrical power lights homes, offices, farms, and factories. And through today's communications systems, it illuminates men's thoughts. This in the short space of little more than 70 years. Some of you can remember those days before the telephone.
The doctor has to be at the Hobart's farm. If he's not there, I don't know which farm to go to next. I've already covered most of them around here. But I know little Josie can't wait much longer.
In a few years, such rides, such worries were unnecessary. Early in 1876, Alexander Graham Bell took out his first patents on the telephone. Bell and his colleague, Thomas Watson, fashioned an electric machine which carried one human voice to another, first in only one direction, then in both directions. By 1900, there were almost 1 million telephones in use. Long-distance lines reached out to Chicago and Omaha. Bell's original patents were licensed to other companies besides his own, and this allowed the rise of local telephone exchanges, which burgeoned with the years until in 1952, for example, there were more than 48 million telephones in use, an average of over 180 million completed conversations each day. And to almost every one of us who uses the telephone, new wonders of communication to remote points. Have you experienced what it is like to have a whole telephone network at your fingertips? I sincerely hope your experience won't be like that of George and Peggy Parks, but just in case it should be,
Yeah, traffic wasn't so bad this afternoon. Have a good day?
Well, the baby cried a lot, but he's sleeping now.
Where's Kathy?
She's playing in the backyard.
I've got something for her, a special present.
You go on inside and change to comfortable clothes, and I'll call her. She certainly is your child.
Yours, too.
Well, of course. But the way she goes around fixing things. When she grows up, her husband's going to have a handyman worth her weight in tools. She's been pretending to fix her wagon all day.
Oh, not with my good tools.
No, certainly not. She uses that old wood mallet you gave her to play with. She goes in and out of the garage pretending it's a new tool each time. I'll go find her. It's time for supper anyway. George! George!
Be down in a moment, Peg.
George, come right away. It's Kathy.
Something wrong?
I found her lying on the garage floor, terribly sick. I think she's taking something she shouldn't. There's a small bottle on your workbench lying beside her.
Operator, this is an emergency. I'm trying to find Dr. Ralph Collins, but no one answers at his home or his office. Can you find him? It's my little girl.
Have you tried him at the hospital, sir?
Yes, he's not there.
Do you know whether he has a telephone in his car?
In his car? I don't know.
One moment, please.
Please hurry.
Mobile service. This is an emergency call. Please call Dr. Ralph Collins. Yes, I'll wait.
What's happening? Who's she ringing, operator?
Mobile service is trying to contact Dr. Collins in his car, sir.
Can't you get him?
Dr. Collins cannot be reached at the moment. He will call as soon as he returns to his car.
Dr. Collins will call back. How does she know he'll call back? It's another wonder of mobile service, that rapidly growing part of modern telephone communication which extends service to trains, trucks, and private automobiles like Dr. Collins's. A small high-frequency radio receiver and transmitter have been set up in the rear luggage compartment. The call from mobile service goes by telephone wire to a low-powered radio transmitter in the vicinity, and from there, the signal has gone out to Dr. Collins's car. Dr. Collins arranged for the installation a year ago when another older doctor retired and moved away, leaving him as the only doctor in a large summer resort community. When George's call came through to his car, the car was parked outside a house 10 miles away where Dr. Collins was working on another emergency case. But now here he comes, and as soon as he steps into his car, he notices a red light glowing by his telephone handset. Though the bell stopped minutes ago, this light tells Dr. Collins a call has come in for him.
Mobile service. This is JZ 39907. You have a call for me?
Operator. Thank you, mobile service. One moment, please.
Hello? Mrs. Park speaking.
Mrs. Parks? Dr. Collins, you called me?
Oh, doctor, yes. Yes, George called you. It's Kathy.
What about her, Mrs. Parks?
She was playing in the garage, and we think she drank some soldering acid George had on his workbench. She's terribly ill. George just brought her into the house.
How long ago do you think she drank it?
It may have been 15 minutes, perhaps an hour ago. I'm sure I saw her playing about an hour ago.
You have the bottle with you now?
Yes?
Well, we must have an antidote for her. What's printed on the label?
The label's gone.
Well, then call the place where you bought it and get the formula so I can get an antidote right away. I'm in Monroe Township now. I'll drive right over.
What did he say, Peg?
He's coming right over, but he needs the formula for the acid. George, call the place where you got it. Do you know where?
Sure, Johnson's Hardware.
Operator.
Operator, can you give me Johnson's Hardware store? This is an emergency.
I'll dial them for you, sir.
Johnson Hardware.
This is George Parks. I bought some soldering acid last week, and my little girl drank some of it. I need the formula on the label so our doctor can get an antidote.
Just a minute, Mr. Parks. Somebody came in earlier today and asked for that acid. We're clean out.
You sure?
Positive. Looked all over the store, even after you'd gone.
Well, where do you get the stuff? What company?
Golly, Mr. Parks, the boss is gone, and I don't know who we buy the acid from. He might know, though.
Where is Mr. Johnson?
He went out on somebody's fishing schooner, middle of the afternoon. I think it's the Mermaid.
Mermaid? Thanks.
Operator.
This is Parks again. I've got to reach Mr. Johnson of Johnson's Hardware. He's on board the schooner Mermaid. Can the Coast Guard get him? It's urgent, very urgent, you know.
I'll try to get Mr. Johnson for you.
Another facet of today's wonders of electricity and the telephone, ship-to-shore service. But when George Parks talked to Mr. Johnson aboard the Mermaid, he found the hardware store owner didn't know the formula either. But he did know the name of the company that made the acid. In this race against death, George called the company offices, even though it was undoubtedly past closing hours. Only the watchman was on hand. He tried to get the company president at a hotel 300 miles away where he had a business meeting, but the company president wasn't there either. But George did learn that he was flying back from the meeting. The president told George that the only man who could give him the formula was the company's chemist, so the search started all over again.
No one answers, operator. Try that other number.
All right, Mr. Parks, I will.
And she did try that other number, and another, and still another, where finally she found a company chemist was aboard a cracked train speeding across the country 1,000 miles away.
Yes, that's the formula, Doctor. Yes, that should make an effective antidote. Did you reach me in time? Oh, I'm glad, very glad. She ought to be out of danger in no time, huh? Oh, that's fine. And say, I want to meet that young lady sometime. She's the first one who ever drank any of my formula.
In less than a half hour, the Parks had traveled thousands of miles thanks to the telephone and the magic of electric power, which supplies the current for these modern wonders. Wherever the telephone goes, there, too, goes electricity. We hope that you and your family will face no such emergency as the Parks. But day and night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in all kinds of weather, the telephone and electric power, which you take for granted so readily, are there at your command. And now, here is our guest of the Better Living Radio Theater for today, Mr. E.M. Blakesley, President of the United States Independent Telephone Association.
Electric power and the telephone industry continue to play a big part in bringing this nation better living and making it strong. Today, the telephone is taken for granted, and yet it continues to save seconds, minutes, and hours daily. In doing so, it helps get things done quickly and more efficiently. Think of it, an average of 181 million calls made a day. Without the telephone, our business and social life would go backwards and slow down to a horse and buggy pace. Yet this industry's research and development goes forward, and each day brings newer and better things. What of the future? Like electric power, with its expansion and daily use, so too is this industry serving our citizens and helping to provide better living to all Americans daily.
Thank you, Mr. Blakesley. You've been listening to Mr. E.M. Blakesley, President of the United States Independent Telephone Association. The Better Living Radio Theater has brought you A Half Hour to Death, the sixth in a series of broadcasts at this time, presented by this station and the Electric Company's Public Information Program. Now, this is your narrator, Wendell Niles, inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week when the Better Living Radio Theater will present another program in this series. Until then, wishing you better living.